Namaskar. This is Shilpa Bhawana and I extend my heartiest welcome to all of you in this unique talk series that's your favorite, Chartered Accountants, The Growth Gears. It is presented by Committee for Members in Industry and Business, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. We are here with yet another inspirational episode. Let's start the journey.
Chartered accountants are the backbone of our financial economy. They are the growth engines of the economy of our country. Not only in conventional avenues of auditing and accounting, but also in the emerging areas such as forensic accounting, insolvency, valuation, and international taxation. CAs have proved their feat. Well, it would not be an exaggeration to say that CAs provide a whole business solution to their clients, thus proving to be a great asset for all businesses. We are taking all efforts to ensure that our members and students have the necessary skill sets, tools, and resources to stay ahead in every field. Our members are regularly making their mark in different fields and sectors, including startups and entrepreneurship. ICAI is consistently investing in training and development programs through technology to groom our young professionals. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is dedicated in driving the growth gears of its members and students.
Friends, CA exam is not just about completing a paper, but it is the test of your patience, your perseverance, and your hard work. And we are so proud that there are many aspirants who have actually passed it and became successful chartered accountant. Today we are going to meet one such chartered accountant who has made everyone believe that accomplishment starts with the decision to try. His professional career graph is somewhat that every CA aspirant would like to replicate it. We are meeting today the Managing Director and CEO of KEC International, CA Vimal Kejriwal.
With more than 40 years of experience, Vimal Kejriwal is an exceptional chartered accountant from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. In his career span, he served different organizations into different spheres of working. He has been with KEC International Limited for close to 2 decades and has successfully led the company towards profitable growth during his tenure.
Sir, welcome to Growth Gears.
Thank you so much.
Sir, I would like to tell, when we say KEC International, I can say that it's like an umbrella under which there are so many facets of industry and businesses. So how is it to run the show as MD and CEO?
It's very, very interesting. Actually, if you look at KEC, we have got 6 or 7 major businesses and all different from each other.
So,
major is transmission distribution, we do railways, we do civil construction, we do cables, we have got solar,
everything.
Smart infra, I can keep on going on, and oil and gas pipeline.
So that is why I said that it's an umbrella. So, is it difficult when you see it from an aerial view as far as the hierarchy is concerned?
So that's where my CA cap comes in.
So please tell us more about that.
Yeah, because what happens is that, unlike other people who get very emotionally involved with business while taking decisions across businesses, in my case what happens is you are very analytical also.
Right.
When people come to you, ये करना ही है, सोचने दे मेरे को, let me understand the numbers, what you're saying, what is not happening and all that. So that's where, it becomes to me a little bit easy.
Because you
cutting
go for the intricacies of the situation.
Cutting across businesses and all that. तो वैसे है.
And friends, we all need to understand. वो कहते हैं ना कि जब business करना है तो जज्बातों से कर सकते हैं, लेकिन जज्बाती होकर नहीं करना है. That is what we need to take care. So when you look at your career, it's 4 decades of career now into corporate, I would say. So how do you see this journey so
before
far?
Before I react to this answer, I'll react to what you said earlier on jajbat and all that.
Sir.
So I always tell my team that there are many decisions which you need to make from your gut. But you still need to use your brains.
Exactly.
Because कई बार ऐसा होता है ना कि gut feeling जो होती है ना, ये करना है. बट अल्टीमेटली उसको एनालिसिस करना ही पड़ेगा.
क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, क्यों करना है.
तो वो एक चीज़ है. Coming to your question on 4 decades, I think yeah, I've finished now 41, 42 years, okay, and has been a very different type of journey. You know, one is different across industries. Started with a pharma, oil and gas, and a lot
fertilizers,
of
investment banking,
investment banking, and now infrastructure. Okay, and not only that, it's been across different types of role. You know, and that's where the CAPs comes in, because I started with accounts, audit, treasury, then moved into project conception and financing projects, etc. And then somewhere I got into legal, which is where I'm also, incidentally, I'm also a company secretary, so that the legal piece of it came into my, to help me. So, you know, legal and all that. Then I got into investment banking, then finally into KEC, which was, when I joined, was in a bit of a difficult situation. So then turning around the company. So, you know, I've been through various types of roles across various industries over the last 4 decades.
And when you joined KEC, I can proudly say that you have taken it with a growth story, I would say. So how would you define the growth as a chartered accountant, if I would say?
देखिए, नंबरों में देखेंगे तो when I joined, the turnover of the company was around 500 crores. Today it should be more than 20,000 crores.
Wow.
So that's
numbers
when you look in numbers. Okay. But if you look at the profitability, the number of people, the number of businesses we talked about, so the company has grown in a very, very different manner. Okay. And we are honestly very proud of what has happened. A company which was very close to getting into very difficult times, pulling that out, and that's where your entire acumen of a chartered accountant as a finance man came into play. As to how can you turn around a company which is in this. And coincidentally for me, my managing director was also a chartered accountant. So it helps, Sone pe suhaga tha na, so it helped very much in, because to me it was always a financial turnaround.
Right. That's so beautiful. So, sir, today when you sit back in your office, sometimes you see that your CA qualification is there to string up all your professional pearls together.
100%. I think there's no question about it. And I still remember I was a CFO here when my chairman said that do you want to run a business? I said, yeah, we'll go and run a business. And the business people were very apprehensive. बोले नंबर क्रंचर आ गया तो पता नहीं क्या कर देगा हमारे. We'll put a lot of restriction, and we are in a tender business where you keep on quoting tenders. Business can only be run by businessmen, not by accounts or chartered accountants and all that. But it really helps you, because you can sort of with whatever you learned on risk management, all that can get you into analyzing situations much better and taking very, very conscious calls.
That's so good. The right word you have used, the conscious calls. So when we talk about the CA, so that CA actually not only take risk, but they take calculated risk. Do you agree with that?
So I'll use a different word for it, that we are experts in risk management.
Right. That's a good one.
So you take risk, but take risk in a manner in which you can manage that risk.
But जब आप किसी profession में enter करते हैं, the first thing that comes to your mind is, where will I go? You had been into corporate for more than 4 decades now. So are you welcoming for the chartered accountants, or would you like to suggest to all the aspirants that corporate is opening arms for you? Please come in.
So to me, if you look at, let's take my company. I've got more than 100 chartered accountants working for me.
Wow, that's a huge number.
Of which 10% are in senior leadership position. I think 20% are females.
Wow.
And 30% of them are at project sites and factories.
Okay,
not necessarily at corporates,
not
necessarily in corporates only.
Nice.
So I think the industry very clearly welcomes chartered accountants, because you bring in a different sort of values. You bring a different sort of, I'll say, quality analysis and all that. So I think it's very important. See, every field has its own area. Engineers have got own thing, MP has got. Chartered accountants are, to me, much more, I'll say, all-encompassing.
Right. So what qualities do you expect out of a chartered accountant? That these qualities are a must if you are coming to this industry, or if you are coming to the corporate, I would say.
I think first thing is hard work.
और वो CA की डिग्री सिखाती है.
अब जैसे I'll tell you my story. I was one of the very few who did it along with my graduation. So you had a morning college where you were attending Nasimunji College, and then you were going for articles, and then you were studying. So from morning 6 o'clock probably till evening 9 o'clock, you had nothing else to do. You were in work, in college, in studies.
Right.
So it starts from there. And I'll tell you a second story. Incidentally, since I got a rank, I got an offer and all that, so I joined a multinational. And there I realized that, I was reaching home at 5:30 in the evening. For a couple of years, I was very happy. अच्छा पैसा मिल रहा है, शाम को घर चले जाते हैं, Saturday, Sunday छुट्टी है. But then I realized that you cannot never grow like that.
Right.
You need to put in a lot more.
And that's the time for the growth.
That's the time. And if you don't build your base properly, just one very clear message, you need to build your base properly. शुरू से अगर आपको आलस की आदत पड़ जाएगी, पैसा ऐसे मिल रहा है बिना काम करे, I think somewhere that piece has to come in very clear, that you need to really put in a lot of hard work, and that should be at the base, starting today. Number two, I think you need to aspire very high.
Don't settle down for low.
Don't settle down for mediocre or low. You need to aspire. मेरे को ये करना है, ऐसे जाना है. Third, I would say is, never give up. मेरे को आज तक याद नहीं, कभी मैंने बॉस को मैंने कहा कि मैं नहीं करूँगा ये काम.
If plan A doesn't work, plan B will work.
You have to aspire, you have to be ready to, do donkey's work, and also be ready to see, look at, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, मैं कहाँ पहुँचना है मेरे को.
That's so beautiful, sir. And friends, we all need to remember that whatever we achieve in life, it's basically what we aspire for. So that's very much important, that whatever you want, just aspire for that, then give your 200% and you are going to achieve that.
The Chartered Accountancy course offered by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is renowned for its versatility and breadth of knowledge it equips one with.
Chartered accountancy is regarded as the hallmark of effective financial governance globally. Chartered accountants represents financial prudence and discipline. With their multi-dimensional capabilities, they act as a catalyst towards economic development. Various progressive initiatives have been devised to equip chartered accountants with the knowledge and skills required to take on the new challenges of the 21st century.
Strong foundation along with the supreme diversity in the study structure, CA degree provides one with the tools and skills to excel globally.
We are known as partner in nation building, which was said by our own country's past president APJ Abdul Kalam ji, and we are contributing to that in a real sense. So a person who does chartered accountancy, after passing the chartered accountancy, he becomes the complete business solution provider and also become partner in nation building, and he contributes to the growth of the economy.
The Committee on Members in Industry and Business of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India offers a platform for CA firms and companies to interact and recruit the best CAs for their organizations. The aim of the program is to provide members with access to the most sought-after roles in industry and business. Interested candidates will have to apply through an online portal where they will have to upload the necessary information, which then will be shortlisted on the basis of their experience and qualifications by the companies. The ICA Campus Placement Program is a great platform for CAs and employees alike.
It always happens, na, aap chahe kitne hi bade ban jaiye, but you never forget your days of your training. So even today, you remember some of those days when you were pursuing as a chartered accountant and being an article and going like door to door in the organizations. Do you remember that?
100%. How can you forget that? That's the entire foundation of how you have grown. Because what you learned there. And there, the beauty was you were doing different types of audits, different clients, going, traveling. So that really started build your base, your foundations actually came in from the training, the hard work.
So the experience becomes very versatile.
The experience, the hard work, the versatility of, people whom you are dealing with. And that's the first time you're actually stepping out of your house and all that,
Yeah.
College school to theek hai. But that's the first training also for how do you work in offices, etc.
Then you understand the interpersonal skills.
Then you understand कि छोटे firm में लोग कैसे काम करते हैं. When you go to big companies, how do they work?
What is the difference?
What is the difference? Yeah. And that also gives you a chance to think about कि मेरे को कहाँ काम करना है.
Right. It makes your vision more clear.
It makes the vision more clear.
When did you got that a clearer vision for yourself that now I want to do this when you chose your path?
देखिए, if you look at the background or what a CA can become when you are passing out, you'll either become, let's say, on your own, you can open your practice, or you join a CA firm, or you join industry. So to me, I think with my 2 years articles where I was more or less dealing with industry, and then I did 1 year industrial training again, which is a liberty which the institute allows you with a large multinational. So first clarity was that I'll work with the industry. Then after it took me a lot more years after that to decide what else you want to, go further.
Right.
Okay. 5-7 साल तो जनरल काम करते रहे, ऑडिट करते रहे, टैक्सेशन करते रहे, सब करते रहे.
Sir, sometimes it's important also that you learn everything and then you decide that in which particular field you want to step in. You agree with me?
100%. 100%.
So, sir, as far as I know about you, you are not just a chartered accountant. You hold a couple of other degrees as well. So, even if like today we talk about the CA aspirants, of course they are preparing themselves to become a CA. But along with that, knowledge की कोई जो है अंत नहीं होता है, जितना ज़्यादा ले लिया जाए अच्छा है. तो all the aspirants, they are having some other qualifications as well. So how do you see that thing? Because is it good for a CA to go simultaneously with other degrees as well, or is it difficult to manage because you did it yourself?
So okay, let me tell you one thing. I did my graduation, then I did my CA, I did my company secretaryship. I'm also from the first batch of NMIMS, first year.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So I have done that also. So I think it's essential for one to have more than one degree now.
In today's time?
In today's time, because what happens is when you are comparing, let's say, I got so many people who come to me for, reviews, annual appraisals and all that. That time you always think that, अच्छा ये CA है, अच्छा ये CA और company secretary भी है. See, CA teaches a lot of things.
Yes.
Okay, but there could be always some other things which others may teach.
So that's an add-on basically.
That's an add-on which I think if people can do, they should do. And it's not necessarily कि age है कि आज CA कर लिया तो आज ही करना जरूरी नहीं है.
You can do it later on stages as well.
Like I did my company secretaryship, I think after 3 years after I did my CA.
But the base was there, no sir? CA qualification gave you the foundation.
That gave the foundation, that also gave you the confidence to do other things.
हाँ कि भाई CA कर लिया तो मैं कुछ और भी कर सकता हूँ.
ये तो ठीक है, ये तो हो जाएगा जब मैंने CA कर लिया तो.
So how do you see this altitude of CA profession changing as per the times, and what do you have to say about its relevance?
So I agree with you that in 40 years the whole world has changed.
Yeah.
The requirements have changed, but I'm happy that the institute has changed a lot. The curriculum has changed. It's become a lot more practical, a lot more technology oriented.
Yes.
So I think that's what you today look at with the various programs of the institute on continuous learning and all that. So even people like us also keep on improving a little bit. But I think it's necessary that you have to keep pace with the technological changes what are happening in the world.
Right.
Otherwise, you will be left behind.
It's such a glory to see your alma mater growing along with you.
I think it's a great thing. I think you feel very proud about it. And I don't think we ever feel shy of telling anyone that I am a chartered accountant.
And from ICA.
Wow. So that's very clear. I think the institute has changed a lot, and you can see that when you meet new people, when fresh chartered accountants, and they come and talk with you, we see them a lot more technologically literate. We are also seeing them a lot more, I'll say, confidence, public speaking, a lot of which was not there in our time.
Do you people also participate into the placements from the ICAI when you hire the chartered accountant?
So we have been doing it off and on. Okay, not. I don't think we do it continuously. Whenever we have requirements, we've been doing it as a group. The RPG group has been also participating.
Yeah.
As I told you that we already have 100 chartered accountants with us. So some of them have come through the placement. Some of them we do directly.
You mentioned about a lot of qualities that a CE brings in. Could you please share any of such instance where you thought that I could solve this particular situation because I had the qualification of chartered accountancy? Otherwise, I would not be able to understand that what is the situation is all about.
So I'll give a simple example. It's a very recent example where we went to a project site and we were discussing with our teams and clients and all that, and they said your team is looking at changing the design of a particular block.
Okay.
And that's been going back and forth. That's delaying the project. So I called my team and said, क्या हो रहा है इसमें? नहीं boss, इसमें तो हमारा 1-1.5 करोड़ रुपया एक्स्ट्रा लग रहा है और इसको तो हमको कराना जरूरी है. कितना टाइम लगेगा इसको कराने में? ये तो हो सकता है 2 हफ्ते लग जाए, 3 हफ्ते लग जाए. उसका कॉस्ट क्या होगा प्रोजेक्ट डिले का? प्रोजेक्ट डील है तो हो सकता है 2-4 करोड़ रुपया लग जाए. तो मैंने कहा what is better for you? There and there we said no, let's go ahead with the existing design even if it's costing me more, because the saving there is much more than the cost I would have incurred otherwise. In the financial I'll say reading, analysis or acumen really helps you in jobs like which I have today.
You know, friends, whatever we want to do in our life, it's very important to take the right decision at the right time, because if we delay our decision, then it is going to hamper the goal that we want to achieve. So, sir, how is it to receive appreciation from your alma mater? Because I know that you have been conferred with the CA Business Leader Corporate Award.
Yeah.
So, how was that feeling?
I think it was a great moment. To be recognized by your own alma mater in front of thousands of your CA brethren.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was a very prestigious award.
Yes, it is.
I think it was a really, it's a great feeling. Really made me very, very proud. I've received a lot of awards, but you know, getting this award from the institute ICI was a very big thing for me.
हमारा इंस्टीट्यूट है उस बात को मान रहा है कि हमने जो पढ़ाया तो बच्चा लायक निकला. So it was wonderful to talk to you. But before we say a goodbye to you, now here is a special segment that I personally call Shilpa Bhawana special. So that's a rapid fire and you have to play with me.
Let me try.
So I'm going to say one word. After hearing to that one word, what comes to your mind, you have to say that. When I say growth, what comes to your mind?
Revenue, profits, people.
And when I say profit, what comes to your mind?
Profits is sustainable profits.
Project?
Successful projects, timely completion, within cost.
Oh, here speaks the Chartered Accountant. Finance?
Raising money at the best price.
Institute of Chartered Accountants of India.
Alma mater have got you where you are.
And Chartered Accountant, what comes to your mind?
Great people.
And when I say Vimal Kejriwal, then what comes to your mind?
Difficult to answer this one.
Yeah, but I can answer that, sir. When I say Vimal Kejriwal, the first thing that I can feel is humility.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was wonderful to talk to you. Success is not about being the best, but it is about trying your best. After having today's inspirational talk with CA Vimal Kejriwal, I could actually feel that Chartered Accountancy course, it's not just a course, but it is the dream of many future millionaires. On behalf of Committee for Members in Industry and Business, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, this is Shilpa Bhawana taking your leave for the day, but I promise you to bring more such inspirational stories of exemplary Chartered Accountants. Till we meet next time, take very good care of yourself. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.